Here we have a clip from MSNBC about a couple Nazis planning an attack on um, a Baltimore substation. I'm actually happy to see this going on because these people definitely need to be arrested for domestic terrorism. Um, like over 100 attacks on various substation and the power grid has happened uh, since last year and this year. And these people, these Nazis, won't stop until they start, well, until they're able to kill off everybody that they dislike. Um, that's why they're attacking the power grid, because they know that they can cause deaths.
Get to some breaking news now out of Baltimore. The U.S. Attorney for the District of Maryland announced moments ago that the FBI has arrested a man and a woman accused of planning to attack the power grid in the Baltimore area. Sarah Clendaniel and Brandon Russell were taken into custody last week. They have been described by the U.S. Attorney as racially motivated with plans to, quote, destroy this whole city. NBC News senior legal correspondent Laura Jarrett joins me now. Laura, what can you tell?
Wow, plans to destroy the whole city. I mean, this is the kind of things that, these Nazis want. They want to commit as much destruction and harm as possible in order to kill as many POCs or drive them out of the United States.
Tell us about this case.
Yeah, Lindsay, it was a disturbing plot that federal authorities appear to have thwarted successfully. As you mentioned, this couple allegedly conspired to shoot up power stations in the Baltimore area. 5 different power stations, at least according to federal authorities, was their goal. Brandon Russell, someone who is well known within the law enforcement community, an avowed neo-Nazi who had recently only gotten out of prison. He had been previously incarcerated for possessing explosive material. And then this woman.
Well, previously in prison for possession of explosive materials, probably was going to do a terrorist attack. If we should just have it, if the Nazi gets arrested for trying to commit a terrorist attack, just don't let him out of prison ever. They can just, rot in prison like Nazis should. I mean, at least they were able to stop them from their attack before it happened instead of afterwards.
Sarah Clendaniel, someone he apparently met in prison. The couple struck up a relationship, and then through the process of actually speaking to a federal informant, managed to get entangled in this situation. Now, as for their motive, we're still learning a little bit about that, but federal authorities did confirm at that press conference just a short time ago that they were described as racially or ethnically motivated. It appears that they wanted to wreak havoc. Russell allegedly saying that attacking the power grid is the greatest thing that somebody could do. In his words, the pair will be in.
It's the greatest thing that he can do because he's probably actually afraid to actually fight the government or something that he, is supposed to be against. But people like him also know if you take out the power for the entire city, you could potentially kill a good number of people that way.
Court later today on those charges. As you mentioned, they have been arrested. As for the larger context here, we know, of course, that power stations, substations, and attacks on them have been a problem as authorities have been sort of raising the red alarm about that for the past couple months. We've seen these in other states, people shooting power stations, disrupting the grid for tens of thousands of customers. It doesn't appear that anything like that happened here. Authorities were questioned about whether this was part of some larger plot, and it doesn't appear, at least for now, based on what we know, that it was. But certainly, if they had managed to go through with this, it would have been quite disruptive, Lindsay.
Yeah, how about we treat, Nazis how they should be treated, as domestic terrorists, and arrest them. If you're flying the Nazi flag, well, boom, you go to jail. You identify as a Nazi, boom, you go to jail. You start, spouting Nazi stuff, boom, you go to jail. You don't pass go, you don't collect $200. You're not treated as just some kind of political person or anything. You're treated as what you are, a terrorist.